So the British intelligence services have let it be known to selected publications that the iron fist, the long arm of President Vladimir Putin did reach the back door of the British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. MI5 probes Putin link to Starmer arson blitz. I have to laugh because I have to really watch that I actually spell arson properly in my many tweets on the subject. So we're asked to believe, well, first of all, as a matter of process, the mass media in Britain completely ignored this story. They played it down to a minor paragraph on the inside pages. And indeed, some of them told me that my hype over the matter was risking prejudicing a fair trial for the three accused. Well, look at that front page. As a matter of process, I don't see how this trial can now proceed. How can these three Ukrainian male models, massage artists, and aspiring actors possibly get a fair trial before a jury in Britain when the British intelligence services have just told the whole country that it was a Russian sabotage operation? Secondly, still on process, if it was a Russian state operation, then it was terrorism. Not arson with a risk to life, it was terrorism. In which case, why haven't they been charged with terrorism? If they are alleged terrorists, then the matter should be dealt with at the appropriate level of the law. But maybe this is all just an afterthought. In the aftermath of not one single member of Parliament on Wednesday at Prime Minister's Questions having the guts to ask the obvious question, which I can tell you as someone who was in the British Parliament from the 1980s until last year, at any other time this question would have been asked. Some renegade MP, a Tory maybe, would have been told by the whips to just stand up and all innocent like, Uriah Heep like, ask the Prime Minister if he had ever met or had any contact with any or all of the three Ukrainian male model massage artists who were accused of arsoning around in his properties, two of them, and a motor car that he previously asked. Inexplicably, not one single member of Parliament raised that question. If it had been raised, this matter could have been, if you'll forgive the pun, put to bed. The Prime Minister could have said, I have no intention of prejudicing this trial, but I confirm that I have never met and never had any contact with any of these three people accused of the arson attacks on my former properties. Well, in one case, still properties, lived in by his sister-in-law, but still his property. Now, the question I asked right at the beginning, how did three Ukrainian male models, massage artists and aspiring actors, £20 an hour, with the first hour for free, how did they know the former addresses and the registration number of the former motor vehicle of the British Prime Minister?